Welcome back, everybody. This is Scrimshott Plays. I'm Scrimshott, and today we will be opening these 3 set boosters. We just picked up a new box of New Capenna set boosters for your viewing pleasure. So, without any further ado, let's get into it. Having a look here, we've got a citizen token on the back and a full art card. I'm not sure which one this is. This is Jetmir Nexus of Revels. Let's have a look at that again. That is a pretty card. Okay, we'll set that off to the side here. Take the first, say, 4. Let's plop them on the back and have a look. Alright, first card off the top is Incriminate. It's a sorcery card. Choose 2 target creatures controlled by the same player. That player sacrifices one of them. I have used this card. It is effective if you want to make your opponent choose which of their offensive creatures they want to get rid of. We have Fatal Grudge. This is a sorcery red and black. As an additional cost to cast this spell, sacrifice a non-land permanent. Each opponent chooses a permanent they control that shares a type with the sacrificed permanent and sacrifices it. Draw a card. Alright, so Fatal Grudge looks like a pretty functional card in my opinion. It looks like you get to lose something, but you make everybody else lose something as well. And the next card in the lot is Pugnacious Pugilist. It's an ogre warrior, a creature. Looks like it's an uncommon. And let's see what it says. It's 4/4, costs 3 colorless and 2 red. We have, whenever Pugnacious Pugilist attacks, create a tapped and attacking 1/1 red devil creature token. With when this creature dies, it deals 1 damage to any target. And it has a blitz cost of 3 colorless and 1 red. That's a pretty interesting card there. Next one on the list is Pyre Sledge Arsonist. Let's see if we can't get you a better look here. Okay, there we are. Okay. Cost of 2 colorless plus 1 red. It's a creature, Viashino Shaman. Uncommon, it costs 1 and you tap to deal X damage to any target where X is the number of permanents you've sacrificed this turn. Okay, so that plays quite well with that Fatal Grudge. It's an interesting card. Vampire Scrivener. It's a vampire warlock creature with flying. Okay, so we're playing on the vampire bat thing. Whenever you gain life during your turn, put a 1/1 counter on Vampire Scrivener. Whenever you lose life during your turn, put a 1/1 counter on Vampire Scrivener. Okay, so either way, if you gain or lose life, or any changes to your life, you gain a 1/1 counter. Interesting. Cabaret Charm. I love this art. I love the way they're doing that with this set and with the last one, Neon Dynasty Kamigawa, with the full, I guess they're calling it gilded art. You've got the gold border and the special art for the card. This one is an instant. It costs 1 red, green, and white. Choose 1. Cabaret Charm deals damage equal to the number of creatures you control to target creature or planeswalker. Creatures you control get 1/1 and gain trample until end of turn. Or create 2 1/1 green and white citizen creature tokens. Okay, here we go. First rare, we've got Rego Streetwise Mentor. Looks like it's a white or green, a white and a white or blue for cost. It's a legendary creature, Cat Citizen. Rego Streetwise Mentor enters the battlefield with a shield counter on it. If it would be dealt damage or destroyed, remove a shield counter from it instead. Whenever you attack a player or planeswalker with one or more creatures with power 1 or less, draw a card. That's an interesting card. I love the art. I've always been fond of cat people art. I find that it's very creative. I should point out it is a 2/2. This seems like an effective card to play, especially if you have something that can bring it back from the graveyard. It's quite flexible in how you play it, and it's even more interesting once it's on the battlefield. And our first foil from this box, we have an Illuminator Virtuoso with, I believe, that is the Obscura emblem in holographic down in the flavor text. So this card costs 1 colorless and 1 white. It is a human rogue creature, uncommon foil with double strike. Whenever Illuminator Virtuoso becomes the target of a spell you control, it connives, which in this context means to draw a card and then discard a card. Let's see. If you discard a non-land card, put a 1/1 counter on this creature. Love it. Love it. It's a beautiful holographic. Okay, looks like we are into the tokens. So we have a Citizen. That is a beautiful full art land, plains. We have Disdainful Stroke, which is an instant, costs 1 colorless and 1 blue. Counter target spell with mana value 4 or greater. That is awesome art. It's looks like a Sphinx with some fire going on in the background. And we've got Ominous Parcel. It's a common artifact, cost of 1 colorless. I'm not sure what that is, but it almost looks like a tusk of some kind, or a pair of tusks. So cost of 2, and you tap to sacrifice Ominous Parcel. That allows you to search your library for a basic land card, reveal it, and then put it into your hand and shuffle. If you pay 5 and tap, you sacrifice Ominous Parcel, it deals 4 damage to the target creature. And last card in the pack is Dig Up the Body. Costs 2 plus a black, instant, casualty 1. As you cast this spell, you may sacrifice a creature with power 1 or greater. When you do, copy this spell. Mill 2 cards, then you may return a creature card from your graveyard to your hand. To mill a card, put the top card of your library into your graveyard. That could be actually quite useful, and I gotta say, I am loving this whole vampire vibe going on here. That art is just phenomenal. And before we move on to the next pack, I just want to remind you guys, if you like what you see, please leave a thumbs up for a like and subscribe, and if you want to see more from my channel, please remember to hit the bell before you go. Let's dig into the second pack. See if we can do this a little better this time. Nope, apparently not. Okay, well, we are at the back of the pack anyway, so there should be no spoilers quite yet. Let's bring the full art up. That is pretty cool. Let's see what she is. Mage's Attendant, number 5 of 81. That's a pretty card, no denying that. Alright, and let's see. Let's bring 1, 2, 3, what was it, 4 we brought up last time? Let's bring 4 back again. have a look. Okay, we have an uncommon right off the hop. Rocco, the Cabaret Caterer. X with a red, green, and white for cost. It is a legendary creature, Elf Druid. And when Rocco, Cabaret Caterer, enters the battlefield, if you cast it, you may search your library for a creature card with mana value of X or less. Put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle, and it is a 3/1. So, if you were to pay, say, 3 colorless, you would be able to find a creature card with a mana value of 3 or less, and put it onto the battlefield. That is a useful card. That is also a pretty decent creature card for the field. That is one for the book, definitely. Let's look at this next one. Freelance Muscle. It costs 4 plus a green and is a Rhino Warrior creature. Uncommon. Whenever Freelance Muscle attacks or blocks, it gets +X until the end of turn, where X is the greatest power and or toughness among other creatures you control. That is wonderful. It's already a 4/4 down here, and it's not... That's pretty useful. I will probably be adding that to my constructed deck. And the next one, Cleanup Crew. Creature, human citizen. Costs 4 plus 2 green and is uncommon. But, with 4 and 2 green, it is a 6/6 creature. Let's see what it does. When Cleanup Crew enters the battlefield, choose 1. Destroy target artifact. Destroy target enchantment. Exile target card from a graveyard, or you gain 4 life. All of those are quite useful, especially the third one in the event that your opponent has a lot of resurrection or draw from graveyard cards. Alright, let's move on to the next one. We have a Tramway Station, and this is again with the new art style going on. Just have a look at that cityscape. That is wonderful and super futuristic. Those look like train rails up there in the sky. That's really cool. Okay, it is a dual land, red and black. Tramway Station enters the battlefield tapped. Tap it to add a black or a red, or pay 2 plus a black and red, tap it, sacrifice Tramway Station to draw a card. That is a pretty flexible land and useful if you are running a red and black deck. Next one in the pack is the Broker's Charm. Now, that art is captivating. I love it. I'm not even sure what's going on here. Looks like they're stamping a seal on a contract of some kind. It costs 1 green, white, and blue, but it is instant, and you can choose 1. A target creature you control gets +1/+0 until end of turn. It deals damage equal to its power to target creature or planeswalker on an opponent controls. Destroy target enchantment or draw 2 cards. Not too shabby at all. Let's see the next one. Another split land, white and blue, and look at that art again. I'm really loving the arts on these cards, and honestly, these split lands are looking really nice. Okay, so same dealio as before. Enters tapped, and you can sacrifice it and pay in order to draw another card. Agnes the Dragon's Lash. That is a beautiful, beautiful card. It looks like he's breathing the green fire. It costs 1 plus red or black, a red, and a red or green. It is a 3/3 rare creature with haste. Whenever a creature you control with haste attacks, create a tapped treasure token. That is super useful in the event that you need to fix your mana at all. And we've got another foil. We have a Glittermonger, a cost of 3 plus a green for a 1/4 creature elf rogue. This one is common, but it is foil. To tap, or if you tap, you create a treasure token. That's an artifact with tap. Sacrifice this artifact and add 1 mana of any color. Just like any other treasure token, this is another beautiful card. It almost looks like, you know, in movies when you've got the watch guy comes up to you on the street. It's just got a really almost grungy sort of aesthetic, but while still being classy. Alright, let's have a look at this. Just one of these cards. And we have a full art island. That is quite nice. Not my favorite island so far, but it is definitely pretty on its own. And third to last card, we have a Revel Ruiner. 3 plus a black for a 3/1 creature. It is a Cephalid Rogue uncommon with Menace. This creature can't be blocked except by 2 or more creatures. Menace can be annoying. Annoying is how I would phrase it most of the time, except maybe when I am playing. When Revel Ruiner enters the battlefield, it connives. Again, more conniving going on. That is a nice looking card. I will definitely be using that in my deck. Second to last card is an instant with a cost of 1 white. It is Boon of Safety, and it kind of reminds me of those Minecraft portals, you know? It's kind of an abstract little art there. Okay, as an instant, put a shield counter on a target creature. And then scry 1. And last but not least, we have Backup Agent. 1 plus a white for a 1/1 human citizen creature. When Backup Agent enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on the target creature. So it basically acts as a 1/1 token with the ability to add another 1/1 counter to another card or creature. Sorry. And we now have our last pack of the day. And I just want to have a look at this pack art. I didn't really look at it before, but after some of the great art cards we got so far, I really wanted to have a look. That is just really pretty. Really pretty. Okay, and before we dive into this one, I wanted to say thank you guys for sticking around so far. For those of you who play Magic the Gathering Arena, I have a code for that game at the end of this video if you want to stick around to the end. If you like what you see, please hit the like button. Do a big old thumbs up there. And consider subscribing. If you do subscribe and you want to make sure you are aware every time I post, remember to hit the bell and select all notifications or whatever your taste is. Now without further ado, let's dive into the last pack today. That one was a little better. Oh, looks like we have punch-out tokens this time instead of an advertising card or a token card, and that is acceptable to me. Those are quite useful for all those +1/+1 situations from before. Let's have a look at the art card. I don't even know what that is yet, but it is striking. That's got kind of a almost like a Batman feel to it, you know, from the old days. What is it here? Plains. Oh, that is a land. Oh, that's a pretty card. Get back to this. Take the top 4. Let's go 3 the last couple times. It's been pretty normal on the back end, and let's dig in. Have a look at this. Inspiring Overseer costs 2 plus a white for a 2/1 Angel Cleric creature, common with flying. When Inspiring Overseer enters the battlefield, you gain 1 life and draw a card. Pretty straightforward and usable. That art, I didn't really look at it at first, but I almost went to pinch out to zoom in. That is some nice art. I will have to look at that later and see what's going on. And we have a split land. I think we've got another green-white somewhere else. But pretty typical land for you. Non-basic land. Patch Up. Another cat person, and I love that art. It is a 2 plus a white uncommon sorcery where you return up to 3 target creature cards with total mana value of 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Good for returning tokens to the field. We have another Mage's Attendant. Or rather, we have a Mage's Attendant to go with that full art card. When Mage's Attendant enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 blue wizard creature token with sacrifice this creature. Counter target non-creature spell unless its controller pays 1. And it is a 3/2 creature. Rumor Gatherer is our next card. I'm trying to figure out what's going on here. It almost looks like she's talking to a zoo, but the creatures are much smaller than her. Much smaller. Alright, so it costs 1 plus 2 white for a 2/1 uncommon creature elf wizard. Alliance is its ability. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, scry 1. If this is the second time this ability has resolved this turn, draw a card instead. Okay, I can get behind that. Alright, it's a Mast Bandits. Cost of 3 plus a black, red, and green for a 5/5 common creature, a raccoon rogue. I'm kind of digging how they're including different animals in here this time round. So it has Vigilance and Menace, meaning it cannot be blocked except by minimum of 2 creatures, and it does not tap at the end of an attack, so it can be used for defense later. Its abilities include Exile Masked Bandits from your hand, and target land gains add 1 black, and that is a cost of 2. And you may cast it adds 1 black, red, or green until Masked Bandits is cast from exile. You may cast Masked Bandits for as long as it remains exiled. That's a pretty decent card, but its cost is pretty high. That is 3 mana for a 5/5 card, but those abilities, man. So the next one, Cormela, Glamour Thief. This is another of those interesting, I think they call this gilded, art styles. It costs 1 plus a blue, black, and red for a 2/4 legendary creature, Vampire Rogue, with haste. You pay 1 and tap, it adds blue, black, and red mana. Spend this mana only to cast instant and or sorcery spells, so it's not really usable for summoning creatures. When Cormela, Glamour Thief dies, return up to 1 target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. We'll have a look. Let's see if we can't use that in a deck. Reservoir Kraken. And that's just straight up cool. I've got, you know, a flavor of the old ones rising from the deep going on here. Okay, so Reservoir Kraken is a 2/2 blue, rare 6/6 creature with trample and ward of 2. At the beginning of each combat, if Reservoir Kraken is untapped, any opponent may tap an untapped creature they control. If they do, tap Reservoir Kraken and create a 1/1 blue fish creature token with this creature can't be blocked. So on top of a cool art, it also is a pretty decent card. And this is an absolutely gorgeous foil card. It's got that gold leaf in the gilding. Plus, it is full foil. Let's have a look at this card. It is a Shattered Seraph. Cost of 4 plus a white, blue, and black. And that art is beautiful. I have no idea what that person's holding, but it's just beautiful. It says it's uncommon, but look at that card. That is... Sorry, it says it's common. But look at that card. It's something. So this creature, for the cost of 7 total land, is a 4/4 creature with flying, and when Shattered Seraph enters the field, you gain 3 life. Pay 2. Exile Shattered Seraph from your hand. Target land gains, add a white, blue, or black until Shattered Seraph is cast from exile. You may cast Shattered Seraph for as long as it remains exiled. Interesting, so it's almost like a holding pattern that gives you a benefit. And that is just a beautiful card. I love it. And Island, just a basic land with the standard art format. Pretty simple. We've got Halo Scarab, which I always think of the game, not the bug. The cost on this one is 2 colorless for a 2/1 artifact creature. Exile Halo Scarab from your graveyard to create a treasure token. And last but not least, Majestic Metamorphosis. Cost of 2 plus a blue. That looks like a very big statue that is broken apart. And it is an instant. Until end of turn, target artifact or creature becomes a 4/4 angel artifact creature and gains flying. You may draw a card. Alright. Thank you all for sticking around to the end. That was quite the exciting draw. I have yet to draw any other foil cards like that Shattered Seraph. And I just want to bring that up again because that is absolutely stunning. The art is cool and the foiling is awesome. And as a pretty useful card, it ticks all the boxes for me. And as promised, here is our giveaway. Let me know if you grab the code in the comments below. And don't forget to leave a like if you liked what you saw. Hit subscribe if you want to see more. And ring the bell if you want to make sure you don't miss anything that gets posted. Thank you all for watching and have a wonderful week. I will see you next time.